started with this Mashy's Muffins image called Cupid. I stamped it onto CC Designs Copic cardstock with Memento ink, and then I die cut it with one of my Spellbinders heart dies. And then, as always, I'm coloring in with Copic markers and started with the skin, working from lightest to darkest, blending out the darkest with the medium color, and then blending everything together with the lightest. So once his skin was done, I just added a little bit of R20 for his cheeks, his tongue, and then just those little kind of dimples in his elbows and knees. And then for the hair, just Y11 as my lightest, and then adding a bit of Y15, and then a tiny bit of the Y17, which I blended again with the 15, and then blended it with the 11. So yeah, I cut most of this, a lot of the extra blending and stuff out, just because it's the same as what I've shown in like a million videos. So for his eyes though, this is a little bit different. These images all have like quite large eyes. So I colored it in with my BG07 marker. And then I just took a black marker, this one's not a Copic, just a basic black fine tip marker, to add in some pupils. And then my little Marvy pigment, white pigment ink pen, and just added the little white dots. You can see it totally makes the eyes just pop. It just finishes them off. So did that, and then for his little wings and like diaper, I guess, I just used the BG000 to make him look more white. And then for his bow, I just used C1, C3, and then C5. Again, working lightest to darkest, and then very lightly went in with C5 to do the arrow. Just made sure I didn't get outside the lines on that one. And then yeah, blended everything together on the bow. And then for the red, I'm just using R27, adding that, and then R29, which I don't even bother to blend because they just blend themselves together pretty much. So added that, and then finally, just so that he's not just kind of floating there on the white cardstock, I went around the whole image with my BG000, and then once I was done that, I just took my colorless blender just to blend around the very edges of it to kind of push it deeper into the cardstock, and that was it. So for my pattern paper, I'm using my Echo Park Yours Truly, my 6x6 patterns, and cut a little square of the hearts for the card front. And then I die cut a pink piece of cardstock with one of the Spellbinder scalloped heart die to frame the little main image there. And then I just cut a smaller strip of the pattern paper just for a little bit of contrast. So adhered that, and then for the sentiment, I die cut a smaller heart from a lighter pink cardstock, put the teeniest bit of adhesive on the back of it so it just stays in place on my craft mat. And then I'm just using my stamp positioner so that I can position the sentiment onto this heart, because I'm using 3 different stamps to make the sentiment. And these are all from my All About Love stamp set. So inked up the heart with Memento Ladybug ink, and then the I and the U I just inked up with Tuxedo Black ink, and then kind of positioned them how I wanted them, just like so, and then did the same thing with the U. So it'll say I heart you. So finish that. So the main sentiment is done. And then wasn't sure what else I was going to add, and decided, of course, to go with some ribbon. So I'm just going to use some AmyR's the seam binding ribbon. So grab some red ribbon, wrap that around the card front, and tied it in a bow, which I also edited out. I've already got a video on how to tie knots and bows and stuff, and it's just me sitting here fiddling anyway. So added adhesive to the back of the main image, pressed him down onto the card front, and then did the same thing with the sentiment, and just letting them hang off there just the teeniest bit, because I'm going to mat it anyway and then adhere it to the actual card. So stuck those into place, and then I die cut with the smallest little scalloped heart die. I die cut a piece of red cardstock and got that into place. And then I've had these for years. They're Doodlebug, like heart-shaped sparkly brads, little braddies or whatever. Yeah, I've had them for years. I'm positive I won't be able to even find them online to link for you guys. So I hoarded them for years, and now I'm finally using them, because really, why else buy them? Oi. Anyway. So yeah, put adhesive on the back of this card front, and right there, that's where my ATG ran out. So I adhered that to the red mat, and then I had to refill my ATG gun. Again, I've got a video on that on my channel. So then, once I was done that, put the adhesive on the back of the red, and I'm going to adhere it to the gray card base. And this time, this is a 4¼ inch square card. because unless I state otherwise, my cards are always A2, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, but I wanted to do something smaller and cute for this little card. So then for the inside, I just used the same pattern papers I used on the outside, just reversed which one was which, and then die cut a white heart for a place to write something, and then die cut another light pink heart. This time I didn't use a stamp positioner because I'm only using the one stamp. So inked it up with the ladybug ink and stamped that onto there, and then adhered that, and then I die cut one more little red scalloped heart, and that finished off the inside. So I'm going to adhere that to the inside of the card, just like so. So that's all done. We've got it all going good, and then of course I had to add a little bit of glitter. So I just used my diamond stickles and added it to his wings and his little diaper. I don't know what else you call it. And then, you know, the heart and his bow and stuff. And then a bit to his hair too, and that was it. So there will be a link below to my blog post with links to all the supplies used. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!